So this summer, when you take a vacation with your family, are you going to be stuck plugged into your cell phone and your laptop, checking into the office on a regular basis, justifying your decision while everybody else is hanging out, having fun, and you're still having to work a little bit from the room, work a little bit in the morning before everybody gets started, work a little bit when everybody goes to bed, and you kind of get to enjoy some downtime in between, and you see that as a break, but secretly you know that that sucks? Wouldn't it be great if it was possible to not have to be plugged into your cell phone and your laptop while you're on vacation with your family, your friends, or by yourself, and you can actually enjoy a completely unplugged vacation? Look, I know this is possible. I have done it for a law firm owner. I now do it for myself. The law firm that I built, the goal was to build it to be as profitable as he had it before, because he came from another law firm. And then it was to get him so he could take his first month-long vacation. We accomplished that goal in 18 months. Joel Silverman, on the way to his 20-day vacation fishing in Argentina, he recorded a podcast with us, which you listen to if you'd like. When I built this business, I decided to take July and December off completely. I've been able to manage that most of the way through, exceptions to be sure, COVID one of them. And now Joel Silverman, Entrepreneurial Attorney of the Year finalist, was able to do the exact same thing by rising to that CEO level. If you're not able to take a vacation without being plugged into your cell phone or your laptop, without having to check in with your office every day, multiple times a day, I want you to stop lying to yourself. What's normal is for business owners to actually be able to take a break. Maybe the business owners you hang around with do it the way that you're doing it. That doesn't mean they're right. The truth is, you can actually build your practice in a way that you can take a vacation. So I challenge you that at the end of this video, you're going to make some decisions so that you're going to be able to take maybe your first vacation, even if it's a weekend, without your cell phone and your laptop, without checking in with your office, without checking what's going on in your messages. Oh my gosh. You're like, wait, what? Yeah, I don't want you to check email. Well, who's going to check it? Exactly. If you need a coach to help you with the tactics and strategies of how to move from one level to the next, how to make the decisions you have to make, our firm is perfectly poised to do that. You can go ahead and grab a link at lawfirmsecrets.com and get connected with us, book a call, and if we're a match, great. We'll take the next step. If not, it's no big deal. By watching these videos, you know who we are. There's this C, and this is the journey that you have to take to get there. And you have to identify where you are. There are 4 possible levels where you could be as a law firm owner. There's level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. I'll give you the last one first. This is the investor level. Some people tell me they want to be here. This is where they're not doing the law, they're not being the CEO, they're not running the practice at all. Somebody else is running the practice, and they're just realizing the profits. In order for you to do this, you've got to be generating at least $1 to $2 million in EBITDA, owner's benefit, profit from your firm. That's not gross revenues, that's the profit, which means you have to be at probably 4 million plus, possibly 5 to 6 million, depending on practice area, in order to be able to get here. There are companies who will step in, manage your firm, and help rich people become richer. You can also do it yourself and hire professional leadership, and that's harder. It needs more structure. Some of you don't have the systems and structure in place to accomplish that. You have what you need to get you to where you are, but for you to go from 5 million to 10 million is a whole other skill set. There are companies that know how to do that. If that's something you're interested in, reach out, let us know. We can connect you. And yes, we are absolutely affiliated. Now, the first level is the attorney level, and that's where everybody's reporting to you. You have 1 to maybe 5 people on your firm. They all report to you, and you're probably doing all the law yourself. You're at $100,000, or you're at 300 or 400,000, maybe 500,000, and you feel stuck. And really, to maximize this out, you need to be doing more than 750,000 and somewhere up to about 1.2 million, depending on practice area. You really want to be in this sweet zone. You want to maximize your profit. You want to do something that we call keep it small, keep it all, KISS Kia. You want to maximize your profitability. You want to be able to take December and July off. You want to be able to take vacation with yourself on your laptop. You can do that. The level 3 attorney is what we call the CEO. Most attorneys call this freedom when they get here. What this means is you're not doing the legal work. You've got a team of people running it. The firm operates at a high level of profitability. All of these should be between 30 to 50%, maybe even more profitability, meaning total owner's benefit. If you're not there, there's already a problem. The CEO level is also known as freedom. The idea of getting there is that you could live your life as you choose to live it while still running the firm. You still have responsibilities, difficult days for sure. You still have management and client responsibilities or customer service communication issues to deal with, but you're dealing with a team. You're not doing the work yourself. Leading is hard. I'm not going to deny that. Running a business is difficult, and running a law firm is even harder, but you're out of level 2, the manager level. Most attorneys, they call this hell. And so if you're not able to take that vacation without your cell phone or your laptop, it's probably because you're below 750 mark and you're not profitable like you should be. You're doing everything and you feel like if you stop, your business stops. You're just in a lousy place. You haven't crossed the threshold of that $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month where you can start to really gain some traction. You're stuck in this hell level. You have to decide, if you're in the manager level, are you going to go up or back down to the attorney level? So if you're here, you're at that 1.2, 4, 5, 6, 7 level, and you're in hell, maybe even up to 1.8 in that range, depending on practice area. If you're in here, you got to decide, are you going to go back down to the attorney level and maximize profitability and shrink it? We'll call it contraction. That's healthy. There's nothing wrong with that. Or are you going to ascend to the CEO level? It's a math equation. It's an effort equation. If you're at 1.2 or 1.5 million, and I need you to get to 3 million because of your practice area, because this CEO level to get here, depending on practice area, is greater than 2.5, and you're somewhere in the 5-ish million mark. And once you get to the 5 million mark, you're really poised to be able to get to the investor level if you want. You got to decide, are you going to go up or down? Or are you going to go back to the attorney level or try to go up to the CEO level? Now, if you're at 1.5 and I need you to get to 3 million, that's 100% growth. Where if you're at 1.5 and I need you to get down to a million, well, now I only got to get 33% reduction. A lot easier to get a 33% reduction and maximize profitability than it is to grow to $3 million. Now, if you're at 2.1, 2.2, depending on practice area, you're kind of at that threshold where you're stuck. You probably need to keep going forward as long as your profitability is strong. If your profitability sucks, like if you're not keeping that 30 to 50% and you're like, man, I keep like 9% or 10%, you may want to consider going back down, but you may be able to also just make some real quick fixes to your sales processes or your advertising scenarios. And I've talked about that in another video where I give you a calculator. But it starts with your decision as to what you want to do. And you got to know where you are, and then you got to know where you want to go, and then you got to devise a plan to get there. All right, so if you want to grow and you're trying to get from the level 2 attorney to the level 3 attorney ownership, from the manager level to the CEO level, and you've decided that's where I want to go. Here's the thing. I need you to be in level 2 as short of a time period as possible, because it's called hell for a reason. You can't avoid it. You're going to go through it, but you just want to minimize the time you spend there. Here's a clear plan of action for you. First thing you need to do is make sure you replace yourself in the sales role. Get out of sales, because in the sales role where you're doing the initial consultations or you're answering the phone, you are the bottleneck. You're not able to be the CEO. You're reactive. And quite frankly, there's somebody else that can do it as well as you can, maybe better. The second thing you need to do, if you want to get to the CEO level, you need to give up doing the day-to-day legal work. You're going to have to replace yourself as the attorney. That's hard for some of you to hear because you went to law school to be an attorney. And maybe you say, well, I like being an attorney. Great. Pick and choose a couple of cases to manage. But otherwise, if you want to go to the CEO level, you're going to have to get out of being the attorney. Or you're going to have to pony up and hire a CEO, in which case you're not free because you're now the widget, right? You've got to do the billing. And so that doesn't help you get the vacation in the summer, typically. If that was the case, I'd rather just stay at level 1, completely honest with you. If you don't want to get out of the attorney level role and you still want to be the attorney, that's a pretty clear indicator. You should stay at level 1. and be the best level one. Keep it small, keep it all law firm order that you possibly can be, and maximize that revenue, maximize that profitability, and build, optimize for freedom. If you do, however, want to go to that next level, replace yourself in sales, replace yourself in law, and get yourself an extremely good executive assistant, chief inspection officer, marketing manager that can help you identify what you need in your marketing plan and your sales. You also need to invest in coaching. You need somebody to help you. You're probably not going to know how to do it on your own. Now, if you're at the level 2 ownership and you want to contract down to level 1 ownership, I would say be prepared to go back and doing some of the legal work. Unless you hate it, then get the attorney and be prepared to do the sales work, one or the other. You're probably going to have to do one of those 2 jobs and do them really well and be excellently trained at it. And have a chief inspection officer. They're going to help you inspect all the roles. You probably also need to raise your fees. If you're billing at $350 an hour, you need to go to almost $500 an hour. If you're at $2,500, I need you to figure out how to get to $3,000 to $4,000 for average case value. You need to make sure you're getting paid. You need to make sure you maximize your conversions. In every one of these arguments, you got to maximize your conversions. You got to be an expert at sales. And you probably need some coaching to help you understand how to go from level 2 to level 1 and retract or contract down. You have to make some hard decisions. And if you're having a hard time making those decisions, you probably need some help, whether you're going to try to scale up or down. You might be stuck where you are because you're not willing to decide, or because you have a vision of yourself, or you're trying to look good to society because you're worried about what people will think about you. And you need to figure out how to overcome that crap, because that mental crap is in your way. If you need a coach to help you with the tactics and strategies of how to move from one level to the next, how to make the decisions you have to make, our firm is perfectly poised to do that. You can go ahead and grab a link at lawfirmsecrets.com and get connected with us, book a call. And if we're a match, great. We'll take the next step. If not, it's no big deal. By watching these videos, you know who we are. We're a family business and we keep it small around here. We don't want to be a $50, $100 million company. That's not our goal. We are definitely optimizing for profit and lifestyle. If you need some help, schedule a call and we'll have a conversation. Find out where you're at, what level you're at, make a decision as to where you want to go, take the steps I told you. And if those steps have you stuck, recognize that you're stuck and get some help with getting the unstuck. If the getting help is tactical, come to us. Strategy, come to us. If getting unstuck is psychological and you can be honest with yourself and you got some head trash going on, get some help. Coaches are valuable in all aspects of life, and coaches with our skull is something that's extremely valuable. Trust me, mine is bald and shiny, and I need all the help I can get. I hope you found this helpful.